What's going on YouTube? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to be changing the oil on my F80 M3. We are not long overdue, but we are definitely due for an oil change, so we're going to get right into this DIY. I actually am about to release a video on flashing to stage 2. So of course I want to take care of some maintenance items before, we full send it of course. I want to get my oil changed, my spark plugs. I have all the maintenance stuff here from FCP Euro, so I will show you guys what I got. But I want to do a complete maintenance overhaul, especially because my F80 is actually about to hit 60,000 miles. I want to do a complete maintenance haul so I know I have some peace of mind. Spark plugs, oil, I want to do the CBC plate that I've been talking about for a couple videos now. And then just a couple other things like cabin air filter, brake pads as well. So stay tuned, we got some maintenance videos coming up very soon. But if this is your first time watching F80 Ho, thank you guys for clicking on this video. I hope you guys have been enjoying the content lately. Make sure you guys drop a like, subscribe for future car content, and enjoy this video. Alright, you're gonna be in the intro. Don't F it up. So what you guys are gonna need for this job is obviously some oil. Oil is a touchy subject for some people, for most, but I have always ran 5W40 liquid moly in my F30 as well as my F80. I got this from FCP Euro. Shout out to their warranty. It is the best in the business. If you guys don't know, FCP offers a lifetime warranty. So for example, if you spend $75 on this oil change kit, they'll ship it out. You basically change the oil, keep the oil in these containers or canisters, keep them in a box until your next oil change, send that oil back to FCP Euro, and they will basically credit you for your first purchase. So you really only have to buy all of these maintenance items one time, and they'll basically pay for the rest of them. As long as you send it back, they'll give you a credit. All you have to do is pay for shipping. So it is the best warranty in the game. Everybody in the BMW world knows about FCP Euro. So I got the 5W40 kit, comes with a man filter, and then I also went to Harbor Freight, got some oil drainage supplies. I also got some car ramps finally, not just for an oil change, but just in the future for doing DIY mods in the garage. You're also gonna need a Staffordshire Terrier named Aston. Well, yeah, that face, boy. It's actually his birthday today. Shout out to my guy Aston. And then you're also gonna need a beautiful lab mix named Kona to do this oil change properly. And then you're also gonna need a very wrinkly AWE shirt that you got from the BMW Invasion team guys, even though you have no AWE parts on your car. So yeah, that is what we're gonna need today for this install. But in all seriousness, you're also gonna need like a pick tool. You're also gonna need a breaker bar with like a 17mm socket. You're also gonna need a oil filter housing cap removal tool that you can get on Amazon that I will link down below. And then you're also gonna be needing a torque wrench because you're going to be torquing down the oil filter housing cap right here to 25 Newton meters, which is about like 18, 19 foot-pounds of torque, which is what I'm used to. And then the oil drain plug, which is under the car obviously, is gonna be 20 Newton meters, which is about 15 foot-pounds of torque. All right, so the plan is I'm going to jack the car up, put the car on ramps. Shout out to my fiance for the Harbor Freight gift card for Christmas. Put some jack stands under, wanna be as safe as possible. And then we're gonna take off the oil filter housing cap right here so we got some airflow, clean it up, put some paper towels around here, and then we'll get under the car and get that plug out. All right, just like that, couple seconds for you guys. Car is jacked up, it's on these car ramps. And then for personal reasons, I went a little overkill. I also got 2 jack stands. Don't know if you'll be able to see. Right here under the control arms. I mean, I like to be as protected and safe as I can. So I got 2 jacks on each side. I got the car ramps from Harbor Freight. And then I got the 2 jack stands right under the control arm. Right there is the oil drain plug. It is a 17mm. You're gonna wanna put the oil pan underneath, and then you wanna break that, but slowly unscrew it, because the oil is just gonna come pouring out, so you wanna be ready. You wanna have some paper towels or some oil towels down here, and then you just want to let it drain out. But when you loosen this nut, you also wanna be sure to replace the crush washer that's on top of this, so don't forget that. I will show you guys once I get it off. All right, we're switching over cameras right now. This one's more portable. Obviously underneath the car it's gonna be a lot easier. But the next step that we wanna do is take off the oil filter housing cap right here. And all you have to do is just order this little removal cap piece off of Amazon. I'll link it down below. The one I actually got was like for a 1/4 inch socket, but I used 3/16 here in my garage, so I just got a little adapter from Lowe's, and then just want to plug in your breaker bar, and I'm gonna put the camera down because I got to put some little muscle into this one. All right, so I just broke it free, but before you remove it fully, you want to line the outside with oil paper towels. In this case, I only have paper towels, so I'm gonna do that. But people do that before they break it, because once you lift this cap off, a lot of oil is going to be on it and it might fall over to the side, which you don't want to happen. So I'm just gonna go get some paper towels, line the sides, and then we should be good to remove the actual oil filter cap itself. All right, I made a nice little bib for the oil cap, as you guys can see. You can tuck the paper towels down all around. There's a bunch of crevices, so super easy. All right, so you wouldn't want to put a glove on for this. Your boy ran out of latex gloves, so we're using some lunch lady elementary school gloves. So yeah, I just want to undo this cap. And very carefully let the excess oil drain out. I forgot to mention this, but you guys obviously do not want to do this while your car is warm, your engine is warm, or the oil is up to operating temperature, because that's going to be 200+ degrees Fahrenheit that you guys do not obviously want getting into contact with your skin, because that would suck. I have the oil pan spout right here, so I'm just going to transfer the filter, which you guys can see right here. It is still draining. If you're OCD, you can actually take some paper towels and wipe the excess oil that's inside the cap. Alright, so there was a bunch of oil around the rim right here of the oil filter housing cap, and I cleaned that off with some paper towels, if you guys can see here. And then everything that I lined around it actually caught the oil, so I think we did a pretty good job of not making a mess and not having any oil leak, of course, on the manifold right here. So that's what you want it to look like. It's up to you if you want to clean it that thorough. I've seen people do it like so there's no oil whatsoever. So what we're gonna do now is leave this off while we drain the oil, so there's some air that flows through. And then we're gonna replace the filter, replace the O-ring, and then we're gonna replace the head washer down below as well. Hey, look at that active auto work equal length mid pipe though. All right, so I've already broke the drain plug here. I don't know if you guys can see, but there's oil coming out of it. I'm actually gonna lift this catcher up because I've seen everybody on YouTube. It makes a mess, as you guys can see. I don't know if you guys can see, but I have paper towels everywhere just in case it splatters everywhere. But by lifting the pan, I think I'll be able to negate that splatter a little bit. You guys also want to make sure you get the crusher washer off of the plug. I have it here in my hand. But yeah, I'm gonna let it drain. Overall, not too bad. Love having a garage. I can do this in so easy. And then I also wanted to show you guys real quick what the plug looks like and the little washer that you have to remove. So here's the plug, and then here is the little washer that you want to replace. Some kits come with a new plug itself, but if it doesn't, it's okay to reuse this. You just want to make sure you replace the washer. It is almost done draining, and so in the meantime, what we're gonna do is clean off the plug, which is right here, and then I have a new washer right here, and we're gonna replace that. Once the oil's done draining, we're gonna put the plug back in, torque it down to 20 Newton meters, which is about 15 foot-pounds of torque. And then we are going to change out the filter and the gaskets that come along with that. All right, while we're waiting for the rest of the oil to drain, here is the cap. Just want to take out the filter, just pops right out like that. And then you have the O-ring, the green O-ring right here, the small one. And then you have a large one right around the rim over here, right under the cap. So all you want to do is use a pick tool and then get each of the O-rings off. I got the green one off already. And then this one's easier, comes right off. And then what you want to do is replace them with the new ones that came with the kit. And then what you also want to do is grab some oil from the old filter on your fingers and run it around the new gasket / O-ring. Make sure it doesn't leak or anything like that. And then you also want to put this little green guy on. And now this is ready to go back on, and then we're going to tighten this down to 25 Newton meters, which is about 18.5 / 19 foot-pounds of torque for those of you guys that don't know. Also, don't forget, before we put on the oil filter housing cap, we want to replace the crush washer onto the plug, like so. and then we are going to tighten this up first before we do the top side. All right, all the oil is drained. We are going to put the plug back in, and then again, you're gonna be torquing this down to 20 Newton meters, which is 15 foot-pounds of torque, which is what I have my torque wrench set to. Wah, wah, wah. You guys probably already heard the sound effect, but that last clip that you saw me torquing down the drain plug to spec, but I don't know if you guys caught on, but it kept spinning, so we had to end the video right then and there. And to give you guys a little update on what happened, so after I replaced the crush washer onto the drain plug that I used before, I went to go put on the drain plug like normal, and when I went to put it on, it just kept spinning and spinning, so I obviously couldn't torque it down to spec. First thing that I did was go on Beamer Post, and of course everybody on Beamer Post says I needed a new oil pan, which is like $1,500, not including labor. So but obviously that's not the first thing that you want to read or see when you're doing your own oil change, so I was kind of annoyed because such an easy DIY turned to ish when the plug wouldn't go back in and torque down to spec. So what we had to do was call Curtis, my trusted shop, WTF Motorsports. I hit him up, told him my situation. I also hit up my boy Benny, who's a BMW tech. What I opted to do was leave it alone, stop trying to get the plug out, which was a super common issue, by the way, and not just the S55, but a lot of generations of BMWs. And then what I opted for was to leave it alone, take off some more under panels underneath, put the car in neutral, and then what I ended up doing was having the car towed to WTF Motorsports today, and I actually had Curtis take off the drain plug itself. He drilled in, put some new thread in, and then he was able to put a new drain plug in for me. So DIY oil change turned into a little mishap, but honestly I did learn a lot. This did not deter me away from doing my own oil changes in the future. And then I also was able to learn how to put my car in neutral, which I've seen done before on my F30, but I've never done it myself. So a tow truck came this morning. I'll insert some pictures here, and then I'll insert some videos as well. What are you gonna do? You live and you learn. Definitely gonna order a new drain plug for the next oil change, and a new crush washer obviously, and then the other steps that I talked about in this video remain the same. And then the last part obviously is putting in 7 quarts of new oil, and then resetting the light and making sure everything is filled up and runs properly. Luckily for me, the tow truck driver was super cool. Even though my car is lowered, he made it work, barely. Had a little heart attack this morning, but we made it work. And shout out to Curtis, shout out to Raymond and the team at WTF Motorsports for always taking care of me, getting me in last minute, taking care of my F80. He was able to get the plug out, complete the oil change, and was also able to do a brake fluid flush for me. So shout out to Curtis, shout out to Raymond. WTF Motorsports, if you're in Orlando, my go-to shop. Hit them up. I hope this doesn't happen to any of you guys. And the actual technical term, what Curtis installed into my oil pan itself, because the threads to my actual oil pan were ruined, he actually put a thread insert into the oil pan with the drill bit he showed me, and it basically expands and creates new threads for a new drain plug, and that's what he put into my car. Shout out to Curtis again. Got me in last minute. Saved my F80. Luckily, it's just an oil change, it's just a drain plug. Everything else is fine, but I got some maintenance done in preparation, obviously, for stage 2, BM3, which is coming soon. I also got some more maintenance videos coming soon, and another surprise for you guys, so you guys don't want to miss out. But if you guys made it this far, I want to thank you guys for watching. This video is going to be titled How to Change Your Oil, kind of. But yeah, we'll definitely change the oil again in the future in this garage. But I want to thank you guys for watching. Make sure you guys hit that like button, that subscribe button. Follow WTF Motorsports on Instagram and support them if you're local. And we'll see you on the next video. Take care. Peace.